Hi everyone, I'm Ava. Welcome back to Welcome back to Mystical Mediumship, and thank you for being here. I wanted to talk to you today, and I've been thinking about it for several weeks, and well, honestly, I wanted to do it right away. I just didn't have the time. But Spirit's like, yeah, you need to do this video. You need to do this video, and they've been bothering me a lot to do this video, and so I'm making it. I think it'll be helpful for a lot of you because, well, I'll share a personal story about why. It actually surprisingly helped me, and I'll be very vulnerable with with something on the channel with all of you. But I want to talk about the power of being really vulnerable amongst chaos and how you can find peace with that. Actually, peace within yourself. I found total, complete calmness and serenity, if that makes sense. And I'm not talking about meditation because obviously I think all of you know that I meditate every day for a while, and I pray as well. But this is like finding a different outlet other than those those kinds of concepts. Um, so I have a job, um, obviously, because for me, I enjoy creating content and connecting with people and trying to help people. I feel like that's honestly probably my biggest purpose in life, and that's why I started this, was to try to help people. But my other job is really to support myself because this doesn't support me, and that's okay because I want to help people. So my other job though is extremely stressful. Like I'm sure a lot of you have jobs or multiple jobs, and there's a lot of stress, and you can work 14, 15-hour days and still have a lot to do and work 6 days a week, and just a lot more to work to do and more work to do and more stress. And not that I absolutely love what I do. I love my career. I love what I do, but it's a very high stressful career. So I needed something to help me kind of like try to calm down and relax. And part of that actually is working through this channel, as I enjoy being able to connect more with spirit and trying to share messages. But I needed another outlet too, which is actually what spirit guided me towards, ironically. I love spirit and how they work with people. But so what I started actually doing, what I'm playing with right now is how light is a beautiful, I started wearing this actually while working. It's called Howlite, and it's really beautiful. And again, it's from Otter Spirit. And it helps bring calm during chaos, I would say. So I started wearing this bracelet while I was working. You can see I wear clear quartz a lot. But it helps bring calm during a lot of chaos. And so for me, it was really starting to like kind of help me. Oh, I need to calm down. There's so much going on. It's like if you were trying to cook like a 10-course meal and you're the only person trying to cook and prep everything, how can you do it all? You can't. So it's trying to figure out how can I organize different teams, collaborate with people, and still try to meet the deadline of making sure all the courses go out, they're all hot, and everyone is happy and it's a success kind of thing, to put it in those kinds of terms. But I wasn't taking time for myself, which is a big thing I think a lot of us do, right? We forget to nourish ourselves. We will spiritually remember sometimes to meditate. That's why we do the mindful meditation sometimes, just even the 5 minutes, or we'll pray, or we will do a good meditation sometimes at night before we go to sleep. But it's like we forget to do the important things outside of that. We get stuck a lot of times, like I was saying, in that mundane thing in life of, oh, I have to do this with family, or I need to do this with the kids, or I have to go do that. And we forget to do something that's important for us. And I kept getting those really polite reminders from Spirit of, you need to do something for yourself, Ava. You need to do something, or you're just gonna like kind of go down. I'm like, I'll be fine. I can push through. I can push through. I can just work through another weekend. I can just work through another weekend. But all of us can only do that for so long. It's not sustainable. It's not like you can do that for 365 days, right? You have to take time for yourself. And it was like, how do I do this? I don't know. And so I was sent this really beautiful bracelet and by Outer Spirit. And I thought this was really neat. And of course, as you know, I like red, vibrant reds and oranges. It's carnelian, and I am fierce and passionate. And you guys can tell that I get excited when I think there's something interesting Spirit wants me to share with you. And this story is a really weird, interesting story I think you're going to like, about how vulnerable I put myself in a position, but it put me in such a calming place. I think, and I'm willing to show you too what it is. So I think you might have a great laugh at it as well, which is okay with me, because I kept it too, because I know what peace it brought me, but I don't mind laughing at it either. So it's being able to find something for yourselves in all this chaos in life, but being able to be vulnerable simultaneously. And it's incredible how strong and empowering it makes you. So the carnelian is obviously fierce and passionate, and it gives you the confidence that you need to do things. So I'm going to put it on to, and I kind of actually like how that pairs with the highlight. Highlight pairs well with a lot of things. And I put on kind of the red light to kind of ignite that fire. I always say, I'm going to post a reading I did a while ago during Virgo season, The Power of Red. I think the power of red is a great, powerful color that is really underestimated. People like to mask it as this like dark, negative color, but I think red is a really powerful, good, fierce color that can ignite your passion, can ignite your confidence, can help you overcome obstacles or this chaos that may be going on, or these turbulence that may be going on in your life right now, or obstacles you're trying to overcome, and can really help you be successful. So I recommend the power of red in integrating that into whatever you need in life. I'm going to post that reading because and I was given that message like a week ago, and I made note of it because it's like Spirit kept saying, you need to remind everyone of that Virgo season reading, because I made it for like an all collective reading, because it's like something about the power of red was really pertinent again right now for everyone. So there's something about the power of red is really potent again, this power of red for everyone. So like I had said, I have kind of a very, like this, for example, this whole week, my days start around like 5 a.m. and I work till at least 10 or 11 o'clock at night. I'm on calls with either Europe or Asia, and I'm speaking in at least one or two other languages as well, either on these calls or in emails. And then I'm doing my work in addition to that. So I'm responsible for a large team as well. So it just puts additional stress on, knowing we also have these big deadlines. We have to hit certain deadlines too to keep things going within the organization. And that's been ongoing since the new year. So I'm filming this on like January 22nd. And I'm tired. I'm tired, and I don't see it letting up anytime soon until maybe I take a vacation in the summer, because I'm planning one for a week. But like, I think a lot of you are in the same boat. You're either fiercely looking for a job, so it's like 24/7, different resumes, different resumes, different resumes, different cover letters, or you're working multiple jobs, or you have the same kind of job like I have, where you're working all the time at the same job, and there's no reprieve to just stop your mind from constantly thinking, and it's hard to get away from that. So I'm not an artist. I've never picked up a paintbrush in my life. And a friend of mine had said, oh, there's this really interesting intuitive painting class about how to tap into the flow and paint. Are you interested in taking it? And I'm like, oh, sure, that sounds really interesting. I'm interested in anything intuitive. So I signed up for the course. It was like a 4 or 5 hour class long. I show up, I walk in, there's already the teacher was there who was teaching the course. Turns out she's a famous artist, of course. And then another woman's already there who's also very well known in the community and sells art for, 4 figures. So is the other one. The other woman sells her art for a lot more. And I already walked in though, and the energy was just like amazing. You know how you walk into a place like, wow, the vibes are amazing. I said, the energy is amazing from the two of you. And then the other person comes, and she too is an artist. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. But the women were amazing. Of course, they're all incredible artists. I have never even held a paintbrush in my entire life. Even as a child, I had never painted. So it was quite an interesting experience taking this painting course with a well-known artist and 2 other women who are artists themselves and well-known painters locally, and sell their art locally for a lot of money. And there I was painting, and I didn't even know what paintbrush to pick up or what colors. And it was really actually fun. It was fun to be in the place of whatever I paint, it doesn't matter. I've never done this before, and how fun is this? This is really exciting. I don't have any expectations for myself. So it was a very vulnerable place to be in. Of I'm in the place of such experts in their field and such incredible artists, which was interesting to see. Their work was beautiful, but and was also very vulnerable for them to see what I'm painting. But to put that aside and say, it's okay. I've never done this before. Let me just try it and have no expectation of myself and just have fun and enjoy the experience and see what it feels like to hold a paintbrush. See what it feels like to try blending some paint together. What does it feel like if I try this color with this color? I have no idea because I've never done it. And it doesn't matter what comes out. I'm having fun. And that's all that matters. I have no expectations. I don't expect to go in there and paint a Monet. I don't expect to go in there and paint a Picasso. and that's okay with me. I'm just happy I'm holding a paintbrush for the first time. And so it was really empowering to be that vulnerable in a group with women who were such remarkable artists, but to also let go of everything, because I then was able to be free of having any of expectation. And I thought, what a wonderful experience for everyone to have. No matter what comes out, you're still yourself. So I thought, if you can find an outlet of whatever you're doing, if you've never tried meditation in your life, try it. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Don't have any expectation. If you can go in, and what it did during if it was a 4 or 5 hour class, I stopped thinking about everything else. I no longer was stressed. I no longer had anything going on in my head about anything other than trying to paint. I wasn't comparing myself to anyone in the class. I wasn't thinking about work. I wasn't thinking about these other obligations I would have, other things I had turned down, and people's feelings I may have hurt. I was just doing something for me for once. So I'm thinking that's very empowering if you can navigate your way through all the chaos in life and find something, if it's once a month, because I know realistically we can't do these things every week or they'd be really nice. But if it's once a month or every other month, find something that you can find, like I did, that you don't have to, you don't care what the outcome is. You don't have any expectation for yourself. If it's painting, I've never painted before, so you have no expectation for yourself. I've never taken photography before, so I'm gonna go and try to take some pictures, and whatever comes out, comes out. I'm just going to enjoy the experience. Or you've never done an outdoor yoga class, or you've never done yoga. You just want to try it to experience it. Go try it and experience it. You've never tried writing poetry, but you've always been drawn trying to write a poem. Just try writing them and have no expectation about what comes out. It's just giving yourself that free time to let go of any expectation of what comes out of you. And it's freeing yourself just to be free of something and allowing the world to disappear for a little while so you can let go of all the other stress that is going on in this chaotic world that we live in. So here's the funny part you can laugh at is the painting that I painted, because it is quite something. Yes, I know. It is quite something. What it is, I have no idea. But that's what I attempted to paint. I'm just excited I put paint on canvas. So that's what I painted. Everyone else had these remarkable paintings that I would have loved to have been able to paint. But I'm happy I had a paintbrush and put it on a canvas. And again, I'm being vulnerable. Putting it on a YouTube channel for the entire world to see. That's what I painted the first time I painted. Clearly, I'm not an artist, but that's okay with me. I'm happy to share it with you because I want you to feel empowered to know it's okay to be vulnerable, even when you're sitting next to somebody who is an expert or a guru or whatever in something. You can go try it. It doesn't matter. And during that experience, it was really fascinating. There was no judgment. I found it more interesting watching the other women be more critical of themselves, which was sad because they should still enjoy the experience. And it was one of those, follow your intuition to let it flow classes so you could flow with energy to paint. So ironically, of course, during the class, we were talking about intuition. And everyone ended up getting their own personal private reading from me while I was there, because I could see two people's spirit guides and could see someone else's thing that was going on about somebody that was going on with them. And so they ended up getting all their own personal private readings while I was in the class, in which they all really enjoyed. And it raised the vibration, and it changed and shifted the energy of the class as we were talking, and shifted the whole experience. And everyone enjoyed it a lot more as we were talking more about intuition and listening to your intuition and spirituality. Um, so I also realized that was the purpose of me being in the class, was to bring that energy to the class. It wasn't to bring my painting skill set, obviously, but to bring that aspect to them and to guide them in a different way. So wherever you are, it's okay if you're not the expert and maybe you're somebody, you're trying to learn something. It's okay to let it all go and just see what you're experiencing. But you're going to have a different knowledge set you're going to be bringing to the group. So be mindful of that, please. That was one thing I thought was really beautiful that came out of the whole experience, and something I'm being reminded of to share with all of you. So the whole point is, in this chaotic world that we live in, it's always important to still take care of yourself. Find time for yourself when you can. I understand how difficult it is, trust me, because I am better at preaching it than practicing that, of trying to take care of myself. So I was proud that I tried that day. It's kind of like when I talk about tapping into your intuition and trying to practice your intuition and different things. We're all intuitive. Everyone is just as intuitive and gifted. Some of you are probably more gifted than I am. I've astral traveled a few times and I didn't like it. And I said, Spirit, I don't ever want to do this again. Stop. So remember, you're always in control of your power, of your intuition, of your abilities. But it's like what I always say, it's a muscle. You have to use it and practice it again and again and again. On my videos when I talk about your intuition, it's the same with painting. If I want to become a very, or even a semi-decent painter, I would have to practice again and again and again daily with my painting. So all of you can tap into your intuition. So if it's something you want to practice or learn or get better at, it's something you have to constantly work at with your intuition. So if there was a class you're interested in taking with intuition, let's say, or a meditative class that teaches you how to tap into intuition, or how to tap into your clairvoyance if you want to be better with clairvoyance, or I can't remember the one, but it's one of my favorites. It's the one where you can like touch the object of somebody and you can read the object, somebody's object. I love that, where I get objects from people and then you can read the energy from it. I can't remember the name of what that's called, but there's classes on that, or you can get in groups and work through that. Everyone brings something and then you read it for them. But if that's something you're interested in, it's okay to try. And it's okay if you don't get it all right. You just say, don't hesitate. Just say what you think or feel, or hear or know, whatever, however it's coming to you intuitively. Just say it. It's okay. My whole point in that is like me with the painting. Just let it go. Put your ego aside and just have the experience. And the more you do it, the better you will become at whatever it is you want to learn or master or enjoy for the day. It might be taking a cooking class. If you've never tried making homemade pasta, maybe you want to try that kind of course. I don't know. But it's enjoying that and escaping the chaos and the stress that we live in, because I realized too many people in this world are living in so much stress all the time. It's financial stresses, it's emotional stress, it's stress of how am I going to pay my bills, it's stress of debt, it's stress of loss of job, it's stress of too much work at their job and they don't know what to do, it's stress of I may lose my job, it's stress of countries where they're struggling to get clean water. It's stress of countries that may go to war, stress of countries that are at war. So it's, do I feel safe I can sleep in this environment tonight? It's all of those things of how am I going to be able to get my child a good education? All of those things are things people are constantly dealing with, and it's multiple things. It's not one. It'd be nice just to have one stress, but it's multiple things, and those things then start to impact your health. And once your health is impacted, it makes it more difficult for you to be able to function. So just trying to find that outlet is what will help you, whatever that outlet is for you. Everyone's gonna have a different escape. But I realized the peace and the laughter and the escape of me not thinking for a few hours just changed my world. It was a 180 and I couldn't believe it. I felt like a whole different person. And I had no idea how much chaos I was living in. And it was worth stepping out on my own and going somewhere and putting myself in a very vulnerable situation and allowing that to happen, to have this really explosive experience, to end up learning more about myself. That one, I like painting, even if I'm not good at it. It's fun and it's relaxing for me. Two, that I can contribute to groups even if I may not have all the skill sets of it that everyone else has in that group, and that's okay too. I might have something to offer, and that told me that means there's things for people as well. So I want to encourage people to be able to step out of their comfort zone and be willing to be vulnerable, because it makes you stronger and it's going to empower you in other aspects of your life. So it might help you become more empowered in terms of your work situation, or empowered in terms of your home situation, or empowered in that interpersonal relationship or a family situation, or whatever they are. It gives you this sense of empowerment of, hey, I did that. I think I can go do this now. It really gives you that sense when you achieve something, when you feel very vulnerable and open and nervous. So I know all of you are capable of it, and all of you can do that. And whatever it is, even if it's, I want to write 3 sentences as a poem and I just want to read it to my family, and my family consists of 3 people. That's okay. That's fine too. That's being very vulnerable with something that's personal to you. So everyone's definition is different. It doesn't matter. It's what matters to you. And for you to have your own outlet in your own place that's safe for you to be able to escape in your head of that constant thinking of everything that's going on in your daily life. That's the message that Spirit continuously kept pushing and pushing and pushing that I should share with you. They also kept pushing this Virgo message about the power of red, as you can see, that I need to post. So I'll post that in the job description box below so you can watch that. And again, if you are interested in anything from Otter Spirit, I can tell you, when I wear these and some of my friends wear these, it literally changes your energy. Whatever I pick based on my intuition, but my friends pick on based on like what they're feeling. Like, one of my friends is going through new, like, going through this whole new life experience. So she's buying all the new beginnings things. My other friend is looking for new job opportunities. So she's buying everything for abundance and prosperity. So, but I can see the shifts in their energy when they're changing out their bracelets. So it's really interesting. And then one of my male friends, he bought one that's like for like protective, and then one for like strengthening your energy, and he can feel the change in his energy. So it's really interesting. And I, as you can see on the channel, these have really shifted my energy. These have, this one, boy, they weren't kidding about making passion and fiery. I mean, I feel like I'm a little firefly all over here. Like, I'm all dancing and moving around. This thing gets you going. It's like a hot tamale. You know those little candies, those little red hot tamales that are like spicy and sweet, and I mean this they're not kidding with this thing. What is it? I am fierce and passionate. They're not kidding. Like this carnelian, it gets you going. This, I'm usually really mellow and chill and calm, and I'd be really soft spoken. This has got me fired up. This is like, Aries, Sagittarius, that kind of vibe, Leo kind of vibe. I don't know what signs it's affiliated with, but that's the kind of vibe. It's like that fire vibe. No pun intended. Red, red, and red. One of my guides is really funny. I can hear my guide talking this whole time, and I know it's not like directly channeled, but I can hear him talking, so I'm kind of repeating some of the words he's saying. But this one's a hoot, and he's got a real sense of humor. So he's making fun of me because he's telling me I need to stop, and I'm driving everyone crazy. So I think I'll say goodbye, and I will talk to you soon. Oh, and there's 20% off if you want to buy anything from Water Spirit, by the way. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.